Hello and welcome everybody to the April mini of the month, where me and Lasse will go through all of the minis of the week.
I'm Lasse. He's me.
I'm me, that's Lasse, and yeah, I guess at this point we all know what mini of the week is, right?
Mini of the week is the weekly selection of Finnish miniatures posted by cool and great members in the Squidmart Discord channel.
And this week, the picks were by Huskatron, and his honorable mentions start off with this beautiful pirate by Jahiro.
That is cool. I like the red, the yellow, and the blue. That's what stands out the most.
It's very cool to have those primary colors together.
It's really cool. I like this sword.
Little pink tuft on the hat.
Yeah.
Some cool NMM going on there. Yeah, it's awesome.
Who made this mini?
Jahiro.
Oh, yeah, it says there, right?
We're professionals. Okay, next up in the honorable mentions is this, what is it? Chaos Knight by Levedo. And I mean, it doesn't really get more Mad Max than this, does it?
Needs wheels to be Mad Max.
Okay, that's fair.
I like that flame. Is that like an LED in there or something?
I don't know, but it is epic. And I mean,
I really like
vibrancy on the green. Yeah. It's crazy.
Lovedo knows how to paint.
He also
The
knows how
metallic
to.
tentacle arms look really good too.
Yeah, he's been, especially those highlights, and I think he uses an airbrush for most of them. He's really been managing to squeeze those out where you go from really dark to really light. Very contrasting. Love it.
Yeah. It's really good.
Next up, an honorable mentions for War Demon Studios.
That is a lot of green metallic.
Yeah, it really looks like kind of weathered copper.
Yeah.
Back where I used to live, we had a building from the 1800s, and it had a really big bell tower at the top with a copper bell, and all of it was oxidized green. It was very, very cool. It reminds me a lot of this.
Yeah, I also like the shows oxidized rust parts along the rivets and the edges.
Yeah,
The inner edges of the neck plate there.
really sells it. And it's a nice version of green to add with the reds that he picked.
Very. The only thing I miss is more colors. I feel like the skin tone of both the person and the orc and the creature kind of blends in with the green. Not that that's anything bad. It still looks really good.
Kind of makes sense for like a swampy, jungly kind of theme.
Yeah. Oh, there's OSL too on the back legs of the creature. Kind of reflects the moss.
Oh yeah.
That is really nice.
Cool. Very nice work. And then the winner of this month, drum roll, is Alex Walter. With
yeah,
this super cool orc bust. That skin is insane.
that skin is amazing. And the leather too, and the bones.
All the stripes.
The tongue.
There's a lot of texture play in this model, and I think it really, really shows.
That looks really good.
The eyes, man. Look at those eyes.
It's a really good photo too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I like that he didn't go panic. That he didn't go for a pure white background. What I see in a lot of photography on white backgrounds is that it's too white, and therefore it overpowers the light value of the model.
Yeah, well, what I see is that he has mixed color lines because in the temperature from the plinth, you can see yellow in the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
That's mixed color temperatures of his photography lights, but that is nerding out on another subject.
I'm a photographer.
I like the purple too on the bottom of the bust. Gives like just another touch of color.
Yeah. And shadow as well.
Yeah.
Congratulations with your win, Axel.
Axel Walter. Well deserved.
I can words. Okay, and then the week after, it was originally your pick, but you got a little sidetracked with work, so Almi took over for you.
Yeah, that's right.
And Almi picked Annie Croche's beautiful and slightly sad, very sad.
I'm not sure
creation.
beautiful is the right word, but
I mean,
well painted.
That doesn't bring a tear to your eyes. I don't know if you're, quite human. Look at the sadness in that face.
Yeah. Is that a dead snail? Dying snail?
That is.
Oh, now I see what it is. Okay, it is beautiful. What the hell is this sculpt?
This, sorry, it's just filling out around with the settings. This is a dead snail, which I think is the best companion of the person crying over it, and then all the tiny snails are sort of.
It's a baby snails, and that's his snail dog.
Yep, that was kind of my assumption.
He ordered a sleigh dog, but they got mixed up, so it got a snail dog.
But it's such a story, and it evokes a lot of emotion.
It does. The paint job is actually really well done. I like that it's, what should I say, crudely done.
It has a lot of lines, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can see it's paint.
Yeah, but it's very artistic, and it is definitely a style, and I do like it. Can you zoom in on the eyes of the man? That is well done. You can see that there's tears in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Can you scroll over to the eyes of the snail? Because I'm actually unsure if that's like a gloss varnish on top of the eyeballs, or if it's actually just painted to look like gloss.
I'd say painted.
I think so too. It looks really good.
Yeah. Beautiful work. And I like how Annie always works with the light sources. So you can see how deep the shadows are on that side and how bright they are on this side.
Yeah. It's impressive. Was that the honorable mention, or was that the winner?
That was the honorable mention.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, and then it's Sevilla. I guess I got an honorable mention too.
Yeah, I've seen this in real life and it looks good. Why don't you talk about it?
So, I've always been fascinated by the Caradron overlords, and there is remarkably little content to find about them on the YouTubes, especially about the airships. I understand why, because they're a lot of work to build and paint. There's a lot of detail on them. So I spent about a month working on this, and I tried different things to sort of set up a paint scheme for my Caradron Overlord army. And I'm very happy with the colors that I managed to choose, the techniques that I managed to find, and finding a balance between the amount of detail but still finishing the paint job.
Yeah, because it has a lot of details.
Yeah.
Like you can spend your life painting this.
Yeah, so a lot of the metallics are just a simple dry brush, but I feel like that does sell it, works well enough.
I like the roughness of the dry brush with the smoothness of the airbrush.
And then I asked Squidmar for some feedback, so that might be a future video that appears at some point. But yeah, I got a lot of tips on how to do the highlights better for the next one, which is just good and fun. The doing the script was also quite interesting because I'm not very good at freehand.
I think it looks good. What does it say?
I think it. Oh, it says number 1. I think,
That makes sense.
but I'm not 100% sure. I think I did number 1 because then I can just name the next one number 2. Nobody's gonna know anyway.
Simple.
Simply and effective. Okay, next one. Honorable mention. Griff. That is some grim, dark shit. Look at that blood. Some real rough style NMM, but looking quite effective.
Yeah, the rough style M&M really sells it.
Sort of gives the illusion of speed together with the cloak.
Yeah, it's interesting that there's so much blood splatter, but there's only skulls. Where's the blood coming from?
Yeah, I don't know. Him? No, his swords are covered in it.
Oh, is that like an OSL light source, or is it photography light on his right foot?
His right foot?
Yes. Because if you look at the top of it, it has like a red.
Oh.
And it goes all the way. And the same on his sword, actually.
It's also sorta on the skulls.
Yeah, that's actually really well done. It kind of is like a photography trick we often do in portraits, where we have like a hair light, it's called, and that's just to create like an edge, defining the edge.
Mm-hmm.
And just seeing it from here, it kind of defines the edge of the leg really well.
Yes.
Whereas the other leg kind of blends out into the blackness, which isn't a bad thing because you have that definition on the other side.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
It's really good.
Very cool.
I like it.
And then the winner is Sloof. And I know why Almy picked him. So Almy painted that anime kind of girl, the noodle ramen girl. She was sitting on top of a building with a big neon sign behind her. Don't know if you remember it.
Yes. It's a while ago, but yes.
Yeah, Almi had been spending a lot of time painting that, and this is kind of in the same sort of vibe as the model he painted. But Sloof being Sloof, he didn't do OSL for the neon. He just actually made a neon light that could turn on.
Oh, that is really cool. That does so much.
Yeah. How cool is that, right?
Wow.
And then, I mean, the paint job, just the graffiti. I like that he put John in the background because that's his name.
I really
Great.
like the colors it's chosen too. Very neon 80s look.
Yeah.
Kind of like the
Transition of the hair
huge ass
color.
Walkman.
Yes. Skateboard.
Skateboard needs more decals, but the tattoos are really cool too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
then,
just this with the
yeah.
OSL.
Yeah. I think he definitely deserved the win here.
Yeah. No, that's way cool. I like stuff like this that has like actual technical implications.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, John's always messing around with LEDs and soldering irons. So
Yeah, I have a kit myself. I want to put LEDs in.
I'm really hoping he one day finishes his orc rock band that he was working on, because he actually had speakers in there so that you could blast music.
That's too cool.
Okay, then we're gonna move on to next week. This is your pick, Vasa.
Yes. I remember there weren't too many miniatures to choose from when I was doing the pick. But again, everybody is really good, and I could easily put everyone in honorable mention. But I chose this one because I think it's sort of Okuhaku's experimentation with painting skin, but in blue. And I think he really did a really good job on the highlights and the shadow definitions.
I included a bonus picture for his entry because I felt like this didn't tell the whole story.
Yeah.
Because he actually painted the back of it in red as an OSL exercise. And you can sort of see the transition going from the red to the blue here.
Yeah, and that's the that's the impressive part, because I think it looks good from here, but on the backside it looks really good. Like that it's the same model.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool having those differentiating back and front models with the lighting.
Yeah. No, I did a really good job.
For sure.
Very simple, but so well executed. And this was just too cute not to not to include. The thing is, I like the that it tells like a small story, and it is a vignette, or what people call a small diorama.
I think something interesting to mention, I think the previous one as well, but this one too. Huskatron and Levedo are running a painting challenge up on the Squidmore Patreon Discord called Spring Has Sprung. And the idea is to have, and I'm going to go back to this one, is one super bright color. So in this case, the blue is highlighted all the way almost up to white. And the color from the opposite side of the color wheel. And to sort of make that work together. And the same here. You can see there's a lot of green and a lot of reds and a lot of blues in here to sort of match that challenge.
Yeah.
But I really like the story this tells as well. A little dinosaur conjuring magic through the earth.
And his Necron staff looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's really simple, but you show that the person has really given the thought on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really effective.
And
So
it shows
cool.
that you don't need a lot of stuff to tell a story. It's more up to your imagination.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love all the basing he always does. He's such a good baser. And I think that's the only 2 entries for your week.
Yeah, I said
And
there were few things, and it's difficult to like choose stuff. But
apparently, everybody saved up their entries for the week after because it was my week the week after, and I had like 150 entries and couldn't pick. And we're gonna just start off with Corey Heresy Lithin again because he got an honorable mention from me for this awesome thing.
another vignette.
Yep, and he clipped away the original base and managed to turn it into lava ghosts coming up from the floor.
When you say original base, what is it?
I don't think it's that impressive. Like it's just some texture, more like.
But what's the miniature?
It is just a ghost on a boat.
Okay.
With ghosts coming up from the ground. But by putting it on the rocky base like this instead of on the flat surface it's supposed to be sat on, he's effectively managed to create a sort of lava fairy.
Yeah.
Which I think is super, super cool.
Yeah, it surely looks more impressive than what you described.
I love the OSL that he could do because of it.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Tells the story again. Really cool vignette.
Yeah, I love the storytelling on this. And then I had to pick Mateus, his horrible, horrible, dirty entry. Because who doesn't love a bit of neon green pus on the floor? Together with, look at how sick that dude is down there. That is, I don't know what you ate for breakfast, but I don't think it would pass any health inspection.
Especially not in the EU.
Not with that blade, anyway. The guy's like, I just had breakfast and I'm out to feed my other heads.
Jesus.
Oh, it's so good.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and the transitions between the purple and the pinky flesh tones, and yeah, just the composition is so good.
So is this a kill team or an army or a unit or?
I thought it was a kill team, but it's quite a few models for a kill team, so I'm not 100% sure.
Well, we know it's cool.
It definitely is. I'm not the most 40k versed person, sadly. But yeah,
Same.
Absolutely gorgeous paint job, great basing, quite a quantity of models as well, so definitely had to be in here. And then Tsarduchi, I don't know. He also made a super cool beholder. I really love the texture that was painted on, and also the transition, how it goes from blue to pink all the way at the bottom.
Yeah. And also the eyes are really creepy looking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one's sort of menacing, but the others are like, hey, I'm here to look at you.
It also goes from dark red on top to like orange on the bottom, which is also really cool.
Yeah. Really cool transitions. So I felt that deserved one as well.
Absolutely. Really good.
And then also for the Spring is Sprung challenge, Vertash going from blue and yellow.
That rock on the axe looks phenomenal. So does the wood.
Yes, that is great. And that is also great.
That's like the first thing that stands out to me.
I really like the combination of these glowing tattoos all over his body.
Yeah. And the nose, the transition from the blue highlights to the nose that is dark.
Yep.
It's
And the
also
eye.
crazy. Yeah.
But also the eyes of the paint job on the wooden totem.
I mean, it fits so great. And just looking at the wood there, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Why didn't this win?
Oh. Come on, Dennis. You can do better than that. Because this one. Ciao. I'm sorry to Vertash and all the others, but my god, this mini just had me laughing for 10 minutes straight when I saw it. In a positive way.
Yeah, I mean, compared to Vertash's model, this has way more details.
It is also for the Spring Has Sprung challenge, and it has been referred to as the Playmobil model, the Play-Doh model, and several other derogatory terms. Fisher Price, I don't know.
I love it.
It is so good. Color choices, the edge highlights, it's wrong and so good at the same time.
Shows you don't have to paint well to have fun, right?
I mean, he did highlights on the yellow.
Yeah, I mean, the paint job isn't like, it's not bad, it's just a choice of colors.
Well, that was the point.
Exactly.
I think it was Huskertron who said, I want sports team level of eye blindness out of this challenge. Well, this delivered it in spades. It's so good.
The one thing I don't like is that mold line on his helmet, but then again, I am a mold line hater.
Yeah, I don't bother with mold lines half of the time. But you're often recreating, beautiful real life World War II scenes, and I'm just,
flying dwarven ships.
Yes. Okay, and then we're going into the last week with Lilith picking. And
there's something about that green. It pops.
I don't know how Almi does it, but I probably would have burnt this sculpt at this point because he's spent, I don't know, it feels like 6 months on this thing. Took it to a tournament. He did get a commendation, but he got another round of feedback to improve it even further. And now he's back to painting this again. And I'm a 2-day painter, right? I want to do the prep work one evening and finish the model the next evening. That's about my attention span. So to work on something for 6 months, take it to a painting competition, and then incorporate the feedback you got, I can't even. I have mad respect.
It sounds... Yeah, I'm more on your level. I may take my time painting stuff, but when I finish a model, I don't want to pick up that same model again because there's way too many cool stuff to paint. But that is wild. And he's going to improve on this?
Yeah, so I feel like we're going to see improvements on everything except for the main model. So he said he was going to upgrade the banner with a freehand. He's been working on the axe. Yeah, he's going to work on the wood for the stump. But I think the main model, he didn't get a lot of feedback on that.
Understandable.
So, and I mean, fair enough, because the NMM is pretty dang good. the highlighting on all the muscles and the skin way better than I could do.
Yeah, same.
I like how the light point for the NMM on this cod piece really focuses in like a V, and it's not that every little thing has the same highlight value. You can really see it's being treated as a global shape first, and then as the individual shapes.
Yeah.
Really impressive. And then I think there's even, if we zoom in a little further, there's some eyes in there and some eyes in there. Pretty dang impressive.
It's impressive.
Next up, another one by Annie.
What am I looking at?
You're looking at a face, furry face, and then a torso with a hand, a cloak draped over his one leg, and there's a second leg and two boots.
Oh, now I see the face. It's shadowed. The line didn't work in. Yeah. The lines didn't work in my head. But I see it now.
That's a nose.
That's a really good job on like the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And because it looks like sun is shining in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, I really like the lighting that he does in his stuff. I like the fact that you can still see it's painted.
Yeah. That's very visible on the boot.
Yeah, but I also feel it sort of creates different textures that way. Like the boot feels like leather to me, and this really feels like fur to me.
It does. Silly good.
Yeah, absolutely. Then Spexador painted some Blood Angels, I believe.
They're red space marines, so they must be blood angels.
I mean, they're space marines. Maybe other chapters use red? I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure they're Blood Angels because I had a long discussion with him about airbrushing red for Blood Angels.
Yeah, no, I think the red looks really good.
I personally really like the hazard stripes in the yellow.
Yeah.
I always try and do that myself, but the last time I didn't have a very steady hand yet, so my lines are all wavy.
Have you tried masking tape?
No, because I don't have any.
Can borrow some of mine.
But I have been finding out that because I paint quite a lot, my hands have gotten steadier over the last couple of years, and I have a pretty steady hand now. So I sometimes surprise myself. So
I'll
it goes
try
to
some
show,
hazard lights.
if you paint a lot, you might learn some new skills even when you're not trying.
Practice makes perfect.
No, it's a cool job, and yeah, they look good.
Yeah.
Good, nice little squad. And I think we're on to the winner, and it wouldn't be a mini of the month if we didn't feature Dafty. You know.
That OSL is crazy.
I believe his description was a hot lady, and yeah, literally, this is the case. Hovering above a fire with skulls in there.
There's so much detail.
Yeah, and there's so many colors that he's used. Like there's blues and teals and lots of yellows and purples, and there's even a little bit of blue in there. It's like every color on the rainbow is in here.
That is mad impressive.
Yeah, it never ceases to amaze me how he
There's
manages
just so
to use so many colors, and yet it still looks unified and as a theme.
wow. Yeah, that looks really good.
And I think that's it.
That's
I
it.
I don't have another button.
That was April.
Yes, it was.
Well, it's really impressive work from everybody.
Oh yeah, it's always fun to look back at what everybody's been producing in the month. Also fun to see my own thing that I made that month. So that's kind of cool.
Finally, you got an honorable mention.
Yeah. Life goals, the only thing I live for. If you want a chance to get featured on the podcast, the only thing you really need to do is be on the Squidmar Patreon Discord, post a finished model, no matter the quality level, no matter where you are in your painting journey, just post it in the Grand Reveal channel, and then it's luck of the draw to see if you get picked for Mini of the Week.
Yeah.
But the more you paint, the more you finish. The more you finish, the more you post, the more likely it is that you get picked.
And then you get featured on these videos.
And then we get to talk about you having painted the model. Don't know
That's
why you'd want
amazing.
that, but
That's how it works.
if that's your dream, we can facilitate it.
That's really good.
Thank you for a fun chat, Lasse.
Thank you for having me.
All the painters, thank you for painting. And I'm looking forward to seeing all the models that come out in May.
Thumbs up.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.